At last year's Emerging Knowledge Forum, the Annenberg Institute for School Reform introduced the idea of a smart education system. At this year's forum, teams from 5 urban communities will help us explore a set of dimensions that characterize smart education systems. This video will present the dimensions and introduce you to the 5 sites. First, Warren Simmons, the Executive Director of the Annenberg Institute, explains the concept of a smart education system.
Most districts have transformed themselves enough so that the vast majority of students are reaching basic levels of performance. The next challenge is for districts to transform themselves even further so the vast majority of students are reaching proficient and advanced levels of performance. In order to do that, we firmly believe that schools have to do more work in tandem and in partnership with grassroots organizations, faith institutions, museums, cultural institutions, and therefore learning has to be extended within the school day and beyond the school day, and we have to have multiple partnerships. And that's the kernel of the idea that we're calling smart education systems.
No school community in the country has, so far, completely realized this vision of a smart education system, but many urban communities have begun to develop some of the dimensions of such a system, including multiple and substantial cross-sector partnerships, a broad set of positive outcomes for students, families, and communities, and evidence of progress. Students, families, and communities at the center of the work. Shared accountability across the partner organizations that make up the system. A systemic approach for bringing the work to scale. Strategies for balancing traditional power relationships among stakeholders. Green Dot Public Schools in Los Angeles aims to transform public education in the nation's second largest city. Green Dot is a nonprofit organization that currently operates 12 charter high schools that have been very successful. Green Dot schools graduate 80% of their students, compared with 50% citywide. Green Dot schools engage parents and the community to strengthen support for students. Families are expected to participate in the life of the school, and buildings are open late for after-school and community activities. To help build political will for change, Green Dot formed the Los Angeles Parent Union, an independent, citywide grassroots organization that advocates for better schools. The union organizes parents and community members in support of Green Dot's efforts to collaborate with the Los Angeles Unified School District to transform the district's high schools. In 2004, Massachusetts 2020, in partnership with the Massachusetts Department of Education, launched the Expanded Learning Time Initiative, an innovative statewide plan that provides funds to schools to expand the school day by at least 30%. Currently, 19 schools are part of the Expanded Learning Time Initiative, and Senator Edward Kennedy has sponsored legislation to create a similar federal program. To add the capacity for an expanded day, schools are partnering with local community and nonprofit organizations. A major partner for the Clarence R. Edwards Middle School in Charlestown is Citizen Schools, a network of after-school education programs, which provides all academic and elective portions of the expanded day for 6th graders. Teacher participation in the expanded day is voluntary, but Edwards has seen nearly 90% participation in its second year of implementation. The Chicago Public Schools Community Schools Initiative represents one of the largest efforts ever undertaken to provide comprehensive supports for children, youth, and families. Community schools are full-service community centers that, through partnership with local organizations, keep their doors open early, late, and on weekends for children, parents, and community residents. The community schools offer an enriched curriculum of arts, sports, and technology integrated with the daily curriculum, as well as English as a second language, GED, job training, and other classes for adults, and healthcare services for everyone. Community schools currently operate in 116 of the 655 schools in Chicago, and the number is expected to rise to 150 by summer 2008. The district plans to make all schools community schools by 2012. Tower Hamlets is a diverse, inner-city London borough with some of the poorest neighborhoods and largest new immigrant populations in the city. The Tower Hamlets Agency coordinates public sector services in education, health, mental health, foster care, and safety, and also funds many local volunteer organizations, from community development corporations offering adult education to mosques and churches offering after-school programs. Partners and young people themselves plan and assess service delivery. The agency provides education and support for some 37,000 students. Many bureaucratic barriers have been dismantled. For example, the agency has consolidated all services for students from birth to age 11. But challenges remain, such as managing broad-ranging political and cultural change and sharing accountability among non-public sector partners. Perhaps most vexing, the coordination of service delivery alone has not ensured continuity of contact, engagement, and care for the most vulnerable children and their families. The Education Fund partners with Miami-Dade County Public Schools and Slow Food in the Plant 1,000 Gardens Collaborative Nutrition Initiative. 220 second graders in 5 schools participate in the program, which aims to help elementary students develop the healthy eating patterns that lead to long-term good health. Students learn botany by working in the garden. They study nutritional literacy, healthy eating habits, and culinary skills in class. Teachers integrate lessons from the garden into math, science, language arts, and arts curricula. The fund also trains teachers how to engage parents, who play a key role in their children's food choices. Elevate Miami aims to prepare its community to participate and compete in a digital society by helping youth, low-income families, minorities, seniors, and other residents become comfortable with new technologies. The program hopes to establish public and private partnerships to achieve affordable technology, employable skills, and economic opportunities for all Miamians. Miami-Dade County Public Schools and the City of Miami established a partnership that provides a life skills course to all Miami 6th graders and gives a free computer to students who meet benchmarks for this course and for academic work. The 2008 Emerging Knowledge Forum will begin with a World Cafe activity, a series of small group conversations to begin our collective exploration of the dimensions of smart education systems. We invite you, as you prepare for the forum, to reflect on the question that we will explore in these initial conversations. What resonates most for you in your work about the smart education system approach, and what poses the greatest challenge? As we share the expertise, experience, and perspective that each of us brings to the forum, we will build together the knowledge of what it will take to transform urban public education.